Welcome to Women Who Brand, a podcast that spotlights inspiring women in the creative industry. I'm Alejandra Salazar, founder and CEO of CROING, which is part of the 0.1% of creative agencies founded by a woman. And I'll be your host today. This time, we are recording live from Cannes. This is super exciting. Cannes is at the heart of the world's most important creative festival. So we are here because we love creativity, we love Cannes, we love the beach. It's just the perfect setting. This podcast is part of an initiative of CROING to inspire women in the industry by sharing the journeys and insights of those who are leading the way. In this time, we partner with Brands and Culture to bring it to life. Together, we are here spotlighting women in the industry, creative, strategic, and visionary forces in the world of marketing. They make an impact in both their work and the industry as a whole. Whether through campaigns, storytelling, or experiences, they shape how people perceive, interact with, and remember a brand. Basically, they shape culture for brands and people. And that will be the main focus today. Here we are. Let's dive in and join me in welcoming our first Women Who Brand of this set of episodes, Denée Pearson.
Hello.
Hi, my love.
Hello.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Very happy to come.
She works at NYX Professional Makeup, but I will let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name's Denée Pearson, and I'm the Global Brand President of NYX Professional Makeup.
Look at the amazing guests we bring you here.
And we're based in Los Angeles, so a long ride.
I
A long
know,
ride
a
from
long
here
ride.
to come.
How is the jet lag right now?
Oh, it's kicking in.
Yeah, I'm the same. I live in New York, but I was in Argentina because my family lived there.
Oh.
And man, it was like 15 hours.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're here.
We're
It's
here,
beautiful.
and the sun is out, so we can't complain.
Okay, my love. So I have one question for you. What's one truth about the industry you work in that only women or mostly women understand, but that everyone should know?
Ooh. One truth every woman should know in beauty is that we need to be confident in being courageous, that perfection is not necessary, although we think that it is, and that it's okay to take risks, try, fail, and learn. And we need
I
to
love
stand in our
that.
power of growth through.
I love that. No, I love that answer. Thank you for answering. So I will go with, where do you draw the line between being culturally relevant and cultural appropriation? How to make sure you stay on the right side of that line? I'm asking this because we are at the Brands and Culture Villa. And as I said at the beginning, we really try to touch culturally relevant topics.
I think that it's very important that brands celebrate all cultures.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think highlighting those that are of the culture, having people who have a seat at the table
100%.
to make the creative so that it's not someone else's lens on that culture. It needs to be authentic, and you need to have the right
And you
people
know
who
how
are
to do it
involved.
authentic because I mean, all the
Yeah.
campaigns you do, the products you consider. Can you talk a little bit about one experience where you, because I know you consider it from your DNA,
Yeah.
but maybe a campaign that highlights or is like culturally relevant?
Yeah, I think, first of all, everything that we do
I know.
at NYX is about paying homage to all of the different cultures,
Love
ethnicities,
that.
races, diversity of thought, and places of where everyone is coming from. And so I think that it's important that when you are celebrating, that you've done your research, that you partner
With the right people.
with the right people, with the right influencers, partners who are of that world, so that there's a level of authenticity. I think I call it appropriation when someone else's lens and they have not done
Yeah,
the right, made the right relationship.
Yes.
And it's performative versus really like taking your spotlight
Love it.
and shining it on.
Love it. Thank you for sharing because I know in our experience, some brands came to us like they want to reach Latinas or Gen Zs or women, whatever, especially with US Hispanics. They get to a point where they feel it's so complicated that they end up not doing anything because they are afraid of the backlash, you know? And I'm like, but if you don't do it, you won't even get it. Like, you need to start at some point. Otherwise, and as you said, like, it's important. You don't need to do it by yourself. You can partner with the right people. You can get like consultancy. There are opportunities. There are like a lot of, let's say in my case, Latinos that can help you understand our community.
Yeah.
Now we talk about like Latinos or, you know, the Black community, but actually, isn't it that about like really understanding cohorts of audiences and
Yeah.
It's the same. It's just like through the lens of culture.
Yeah, and I think at NYX Professional Makeup, what we want to do is to be of service to different
Love
cultures.
that.
And so it's important that you want to gain the insights. It's not that we're just trying to take,
Exactly.
a red lip gloss and just sell it to whoever. It's no, I want to understand what you need, what you love, and then how I can be, from a brand
At your
perspective,
service.
at your service.
That's beautiful. That I will say is the best way to frame it.
Yeah.
Because I feel that's also the role for brands. I always say like brands reflect culture,
Yeah.
but I like more brands at the service of
Yeah.
people and their
Yeah.
culture. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
We do a very big Dia de Muertos campaign.
Okay.
And for us, when we do it, because we're an LA brand, so there's a lot of beauty to
Of course.
Dia de Muertos and what that means and how sacred that is. And so we make sure that first we have members on our team that are Mexican, that they have the seat at the
Of
table
course.
to say, and then who we partner with for those campaigns, who the models are, who the makeup artists are.
Love that. Yeah.
Are
It's so
all
important.
of that culture, so the nuances really matter. It's not just doing replicating, and that's what I consider appropriation. I see it and I just want to
Yes.
replicate it, but I pay no homage to. But it's important that you pay homage to the people.
I
that
love
live
that.
there.
I love your perspective, my love.
Yeah.
Have you ever led, been part, or stopped a campaign that went against your personal values? If not, it makes me so happy because we know a lot of women in the industry that sometimes face situations, and that's what I'm asking. Like how to deal with those type of situations where you see.
I fortunately have not been in a place that went against my values, but I have been in places where, for example, you launch a foundation and it only has 12 shades.
Correct.
And you're
And
like,
what to do there?
hello, knock, knock, knock. We have way more shades that need to be there. And so I think in those moments, this is why we're here. And it's about advocating
Love it.
and making sure that you're inclusive of all different shade ranges and skin tones, no matter what you may think the top sellers are. It's about everyone being able to come up to, your display and find their shade. And
Love that.
Very important.
Yeah, it is.
And so, I've been in those situations where I'm like, hey, this won't,
Speak up. Just say.
this won't work, or this model. Let's show a different variety, and I think that is my purpose in beauty, is to be a voice, to make sure that we look beyond what is considered mainstream, and we include those that maybe look, that may not find themselves represented within beauty.
It's so important. Love, my love. Well, let's do a last question here. Hi, which one? I want to do both. Okay. We're seeing more and more partnerships between music and brands, especially when it comes to female audiences. I love that. So what kind of collab would you love to see in your brand or industry that you haven't seen so far?
Ooh.
Or maybe if a collab is coming up that you want to share. I don't think you can.
I am a big foodie.
Okay.
And I think that makeup and food go together really well.
Somehow, yes.
Because it's about, sensoriality, smell, feeling, like there's that. And so that would be dream collabs, is doing things in food. With
Love it. If you have any idea who you want NYX to partner with, just send it in the comments, okay? Well, my love, I will ask you this if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
So, with everything happening around immigration worldwide, do you think brands have a role in acknowledging, addressing, or at least entertain a community that is being hurt? Or you think brands shouldn't go there?
I think that it's really important to be there for your community and to recognize and acknowledge when that community feels pain.
It makes me emotional, sorry.
When there's injustice, and being there. I think that a level of humanity of all brands is important. I think that it's just also, it's what role do we play in helping? Because at the end of the day, the brands, we are here for people. And so I think that is our role of how do we show up.
That's what I say, entertaining, because
for our community.
I don't mean for brands to go political, right? But I mean, like, if you know what certain communities going through,
Mhm.
and you have the power to make us or make that community a little bit happier
Feel
or
seen.
safe or
Feel
seen.
seen.
That
Yeah.
that's already a lot,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I got emotional because
I think
it's
that's the
just-
purpose of brands, especially beauty brands, is to make sure that our communities feel seen.
Love
And
that. And with that, I want to say thank you for joining us. It's been my pleasure. And to all women who brand listening or reading, remember your voice matters and your creativity has the power to inspire and lead. Until next time, ciao. Or should I say au revoir?